Everyone, it's me again. One last time for this cycle. You guys know, if you've watched the previous videos, I like to spread them apart. I don't like to harp on the topic too much. There's the inevitable self-consciousness of always going on about this, always being like, oh, I'm so envied and the envious people, and this is now the cornerstone of my communication, is something I'm talking about nonstop. The inevitable embarrassing subtext of that is like, why is Eric walking around fixated on this? Why is he such a narcissist who thinks he's so envied? And that's a pretty big red flashing liability. I like to spread them apart. I still think it's important to talk about. I still think what I'm saying is real, and I don't think I'm a narcissist, nor am I even fixed, stable, or consistent in my own perception of my own positive traits, success, appearance, situation in life. I go hot and cold. I go dark and light. I'm a complicated human being. In the course of thinking about that, though, in the course of thinking about that stuff, reading all the comments, I'm reading people's stories, I'm contemplating why the candidness, the candid approach to navigating this topic is appealing and satisfying for people, or some people. I'm wondering why certain people are just attract envy. And there's a simple answer, but I think there's a deeper answer. So let me go through the simple answer. I'm going to leave you with the deeper answer, and hopefully this will be a relatively fast video because I'm not even sure how much there is to say. The simple answer is that anything positive is going to ignite the envy of others. It's simple. It's a simple equation, because if you're experiencing, undergoing, or emitting or embodying something positive, people that lack those things are going to be in proximity to you. It's inevitable. And there's also the concurrent conjoining inevitability that some of them are going to be angered, threatened, or hurt that you have the thing they want or the thing they lack. Maybe they don't even want it. It's just enough for them to lack it. And what's with all the cars? What's with all that? No, I'm just kidding. So it's just, that's the simple equation. So what do you have? You have money, you have beauty, you have talent, you have success, you have positive things. You're up to positive things. It could even be that you have, like, it really doesn't take much. Like, it depends upon the pool, the zone you're operating in, the pool you're swimming in. If you're in a pool of people that are complete, unmotivated, go nowhere, do nothing losers, and you just have an idea, you have the mere intention of doing something positive to break away from the loser bullshit, they're probably going to be envious. They're going to be like, oh, so-and-so has their idea, their dream, and their idea. It's all it takes. Like, you don't even have to take action. If you go further down the road and you take action, let alone develop, let alone progress, succeed, have a career, a body of work, a legacy, a voice, fans, Yeah. The envy will get really lethal, really toxic, very destructive, and very frightening. But you know what? There's an underpinning. So that's the simple way through it. It's just positive things. Positive things. You got stuff going on, good stuff going on. It can't be good in their point of view. It can't be positive. It's got to be made negative, and everybody has to be miserable. What I realized, and this is a nice thing to think about. And in the course of being a writer, a filmmaker, an artist, a communicator, I like to search, and you've seen this in the videos, for simple ways of consolidating concepts, often complex concepts. It's a tricky thing to do because you don't want to be reductive. In other words, you don't want to sell a complicated concept short by gathering it all into one simple point. So I mull, I contemplate, I reflect, I daydream, and I consider, like, okay, what is a way to really find a clear way through this concept? What is a unifying factor? And I think, in my humble opinion, in this particular scenario I have, because I'm looking at the various ways in which people can be positive, or can enact positive outcomes for themselves. And there's something underlying, there's a vibrational, attitudinal, tonal, emotional consistency, it's even spiritual, that underpins all positive outcomes. Because positive outcomes don't just happen on their own. It's not just luck. It's not just luck if one is successful or productive or creative or talented. I mean, talent itself can be luck, but it takes a lot of skill to carry out the talent. It doesn't just come down to happenstance. I think, in my opinion, there's a unifying factor to why people experience certain positive outcomes, even though inevitably, as I indicated before, those positive outcomes you experience are always going to be intermixed, intermingled, and undercut by negative realities too. That's just the way reality is. And the negative realities don't have to be envious people raining on your parade, although they certainly don't help. There's just always downsides. It's just the way the machine is built. That's our reality. Envious people don't realize that. They're very caught up on what they lack. They think you don't experience the downsides, and they torture you and add to your overall total of downsides as a nightmare. I just want to say that positive outcomes, plain and simple. I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to take a few months off from this channel. They're always the common underpinning of all these outcomes is joy. It's joy. If you are being envied, if you are being consistently targeted by the envious, if you show up in certain scenarios, situations with a certain performance, a certain attitude, a certain optimism, pursuing a certain result so things can be positive, they can be better, and you have envious assholes in your way, it's because at a vibrational, attitudinal, spiritual soul level, you are emanating joy. And that's what they don't like. That is the foundational underpinning of the entire process. And it is the very thing you lack. It's the very thing they lack, and it's the very thing you have. It's kind of a bumbly video. I'm just going to leave it alone. I'm going to leave it alone. I'm a flawed mother effer. That's it. I don't know if I have anything more to add. If you are being targeted by the envious, if you're being tormented, put down, torn apart, shunned, minimized by envious parties, it's because you have the propensity for joy. And I see it, and I know it, and I honor it, and I uphold it, and I acknowledge it. And it's real, and it's you, and you're joyful. Keep shining the light. Don't let them put it out. Don't let them come near it. That's your light. That's your joy. Every positive outcome you have that they can't stand in your communication, in your art, in your business, in your career, in your relationships, your interactions, your casual interactions, your deeper interactions, it drives them crazy. It's because it's all unified and underpinned by joy. It's real. It's yours. It's sacred. It's eternal. Keep it eternal. Don't ever let them put the light out or the flame out. God bless you. I don't know why I said that. I'd never say that, but I'll say it just the same, and I mean it. Go on with your bad self. I'll talk to you soon.